Sifu style is very relaxed. It's very fun. There's no egos there. Everybody just has a good time. Everybody's there to learn, there to help each other. I really love everybody I work with, and they're a blast. We have a good time. But I come out feeling better, feeling stronger, feeling like I actually accomplished something every class. Every class. Hi, my name is Tony. I've been a student at Black Phoenix Martial Arts for about 1.5 years now. I love it there. It's great. I highly recommend it. As for my martial arts background, I did karate for like 5 years when I was growing up back in the 90s. And I really liked that. I basically found that that was my way that I enjoyed, getting some exercise and being physical. Wasn't too much into team sports and stuff like that. But I love doing that, and I love kind of the chess game of it. I love learning, all of the different variations and aspects of combat. It's kind of a lot of fun. And that was, up north where I'm from 20 years ago. Now I've bounced around, actually, and I've been to a bunch of different schools over a long time, trying to find something that fit for me, both in terms of where it was located, but also what they taught. I've found that it's kind of funny. There are a lot of different types of schools out there, and I've kind of found the more traditional schools where you learn like a rigid formal structure, a rigid formal karate or other art, and a lot of those can feel very distant. You don't really make connections. You find yourself doing kind of rote repetition. I've had one of those schools where I was told once, don't ask what the application of this tool is, of this move, or of this whatever is, until you get to a black belt. So that'll be like 5 years now. Just learn the moves. And at that point, it's not what I enjoy, and I'm not really learning to fight. I'm not really learning anything that engages me mentally. And it's not a great place for learning. All of which is the kind of stuff that I love about Black Phoenix. Sifu Shabazz does a great job at keeping the material fresh, but also really drilling down into everything. There's a lot of conversation in our classes. You work with different people every day, and even throughout the day. You're not going to be stuck with one partner doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again for an hour. You're gonna move around, and we spend a lot of time exploring sort of the variation of a move, right? If you know how to do a particular technique or move, that's great, but what do you do when you do it on a different footwork, when you do it defensively versus offensively, when it's as a part of this combination versus this combination? There's a million ways and a million variations to make those things really matter, and I feel like a lot of the places I've been just kind of skip that. They just figure the move and you'll figure it out. But Sifu Shabazz totally has us doing all of that stuff, and it leads to a very inquisitive class. Everybody in class is talking, everybody's communicating, everybody's asking questions, which is great. I love seeing when an older student is teaching a newer student something, and because the newer student has a different perspective, they'll ask a different question or see things from a different angle, and what ends up happening is the newer student learns something either from the older student, or together they ask Sifu and figure it out together. But that kind of stuff is constantly happening. It's a very open learning space as opposed to just a place where you beat the crap out of people. You do, but it's learning. Sifu style is very relaxed. It's very fun. There's no egos there. Everybody just has a good time. Everybody's there to learn, there to help each other. I really love everybody I work with, and they're a blast. We have a good time. But I come out feeling better, feeling stronger, feeling like I actually accomplished something every class. Every class, I feel like I'm taking a step forward, and that's a lot better than a lot of other places I've been where, like I said, it's just rote. It's just, I've done 100 punches in the air today. Great. That's nothing. And Sifu is very welcoming. He's a great teacher. He's, has a lot of different ways to teach you stuff, and it's making sure that you have that well-rounded knowledge, that you're learning every aspect of what you're doing as opposed to just learning a punch. A punch is not a punch. It's more than that, kind of. Sifu will laugh at me for that one. But, yeah, there's a lot to it, and if you really want to be a good fighter, if you really want to learn, the differences between these things and the mechanics and the things involved, how to use a particular technique or move from one position to another, there's a lot to that. It's chess, but it's more than chess. It's like a carpenter will tell you that anyone can take a hammer and hit a nail, but there's a reason there's 30 different hammers, and there's a reason there's like 1,000 different kinds of nail. And knowing what to use when really requires a lot of knowledge, a lot of practice, a lot of training, a lot of figuring all that stuff out. And this is the place to do that. So I recommend it highly. I feel better. I feel stronger. I feel like I'm being healthy and more in shape. But I've learned a lot, and every class I learned a lot. thanks to everybody there. So thank you, everybody there. And if you're on the fence about this, get off the fence. And I'll see you soon. Thanks.